All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the story, De Colores, and I'm really curious how many of you could understand both languages, meaning you know both English and Spanish. If you know both languages, that is amazing. And maybe one day I can be like you. All right, so we're ready to practice. Did you guys notice the faces in the book? So they kind of look like this, right? So now we need to gather our materials. You need a pencil, paper, just white computer paper, and then you don't have to get these things, but they are helpful. You need some circle tracers, or you can get some circle tracers. So I got just like a plastic tub, and this has a circle bottom that I can trace. So this one is big. And then I grabbed some tape. You could grab maybe a cup or something. So I have a big circle tracer and a smaller one. And that's going to be for the outside of the circle face, the pattern face, and the inside. All right, the very first step of every artwork is to write our name. So I'm going to write my name in the corner on the back, flip it over. I like to put my name on the back. Okay, now for the face, we want to start with a big circle. So this actually fits on my paper pretty well. I'm going to hold it down and trace around. When you're tracing, you want to hold your pencil kind of at an angle and trace around. All right, let's see. There's my circle. All right, now with my tape roll, I'm going to try to center it on there. Does that look pretty good? Yep, it does. Hold it down. Trace the very outer edge. All right, perfect. So I've got it laid out. Now let's start with the face before we do the pattern. So is this face supposed to look like a real person? No, not exactly. Remember, these are illustrations. They're not supposed to look exactly like a real person's face. So that's why we're not going to draw them like a real person's face. All right, so let's get started with the nose. So the nose is almost the nose plus the eyebrows. All right, I'm going to make two little dots on either side of this circle, a little higher than halfway, and that will tell me where I can start my eyebrow nose line. We're making one line across this, except it goes up, down, and back up, curving up for the eyebrows. All right, so let's curve up, and about halfway, I'm going to droop down like a paint drip. Droop it down. This is my nose, and now let's curve it back up and end it on that dot that I made. So it should look like a curve, down, curve. All right, so our face needs eyes. There's two different eyes that you can draw. You can draw them open or closed. I'm going to show you up here, and then we're going to put them on here. All right. Oh, I forgot to note too, as I'm drawing, remember you are following along with me. So if you've just been watching, go ahead, pause the video and get this far, and make sure you are following along because we're going to do it together. All right, for the eyes, you can make a closed eye like they're sleeping, like that, and maybe add a little line at the end. So two eyes maybe like that. Or you can make an open eye. And to make an open eye, you need two curved lines. One like a rainbow curve, goes up and back down, and one like a smile curve. And this is kind of the shape of an almond or a leaf. Up and over, down and up. Okay? And they connect. They kind of look like a leaf. Now, this is the outside of my eye. I need to add an iris. I'm drawing a circle that fills this shape. It should go in between. It shouldn't go like this, where it's tiny inside. That's not good. Don't do that. Okay, the circle fills the shape, but we need another circle. I'm going to add to the side inside that circle. And believe it or not, you need another circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color in this right here. This is kind of like my pupil, the person's pupil. And that's how you draw an eye. All right, so we practice closed and open eyes. I think it's fun to make our little face winking, kind of like this, so we can practice both. And when they're winking, this eye actually goes down, so it's kind of a smile curve right there. They're winking. All right, let's practice our open eye. Curve line. Let's make it like a leaf. Curve line. All right, let's fill it with a circle that touches both the top and bottom, and then another circle and a tiny circle. And that tiny circle is the shiny part of the person's eye. It's kind of like a highlight. All right, so this person is winking. All right, let's give them a smile. So a smile is a curved line that goes here to here. Don't make the smile too tiny. That would look silly, right? I mean, it's kind of cute, but let's give them a bigger smile. All right, from here to here. Curved line and two little curves on the side. And there we have it. We have our face. If you want to make it like a little girl, you can add lips, but you don't have to. So to add lips, you need a bump, bump, and then a bump on the bottom. It's almost like drawing the eye, except the top has two bumps. All right, guys, so you've been following along, and just know in your practice, it doesn't have to look exactly like this. So you didn't have to add the lips, only if you want to. Or you could have done two open eyes like that. Okay, so we're ready for our pattern. And on our pattern, these are the two ways that I did it, but if you think of other ideas for pattern, then I want you to do that. You don't always have to do exactly what Miss Wright does. All right, but let's learn how to do the triangle pattern. So this triangle and curved line pattern goes all the way around. Instead of making a pattern on a line like this, we have to put these triangles all the way around. So it gets a little tricky. All right, but I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to draw a line from here, from the face to the outer circle. It's almost like I have my face in the middle, and then I have a ring around it, and I only want the pattern in the ring around it. I don't want pattern going off the side. This circle should contain everything. The pattern should not go on the outside. It should go in this ring. All right, let's bring it back down, and I have my first triangle. Notice I am turning my paper. That helps me draw my triangles much easier. If I don't turn my paper, I kind of have to draw at a weird angle. It really helps me to turn my paper. And you don't want to draw your triangles all going the same direction like this. You want to make them go a different direction. Let's go up and back down. It's almost like we're climbing a mountain and we're sliding down. Climb up, slide down the mountain to make your triangle. Rotate that paper, go up and down. And I'm trying my best to make sure that my triangles are about the same size. It looks like I can probably fit 2 more triangles here. All right, one more and back down. And there I have it. It kind of looks like a sun, but remember, we're not necessarily making a sun or a flower. It just kind of looks like a sun. So we're at the start of our pattern. On my pattern, I put curved lines in between each of the triangles. That's a curved line, curved line. Oops, went over a little bit. And then I did another one, so it's almost like a little ring, like little curtains going down. All right, curved line from this point of the triangle to this point. One curved line. And this is like a smile curve. When I say smile curve, that means a curve that goes down and back up, just like a smiley face. When I say a rainbow curve, that's a curve that goes up and back down, just like a rainbow, right? Just like a rainbow. Okay, so we're making smile curves. They go down. here to here. Okay, I sped up a little bit so that we'll have enough time to practice the other pattern. All right, so this is done. My practice is done. I could color this if I wanted to practice more, but this is not my final artwork. I'm just getting used to it. So I'm just practicing my face and my pattern. All right, so you can follow along on this next one. You can either draw a new one, or you can add this pattern to the face that you just drew. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick circle again so I can show you how to do the other pattern. We've just learned how to do the triangle, and now we want to learn how to do the curved or bumpy line one. All right, so I'm not going to draw the face because we've already practiced that. On this one, I still draw my pattern inside that ring. I go up and back down. Remember when I said rainbow curve? That's the kind of curve that we want for this. Up and back down, just like flower petals. Rotate your paper. Up and slide back down. Curved at the top. Try to not make it like so small. Try to fill that whole space as you are drawing it. Okay? Again, try to make them as even as you can. Not one really big and one really small. See, that would look a little funny, right? All right. It's nice to have an eraser on your hand or nearby if you make any mistakes. But I don't ever want my artists, I don't ever want you guys to erase so much that you can't get started. You never want to erase and erase and erase just because you don't like your artwork. Most times it's best to just keep moving on. All right, so I've got my petals or my curved lines laid out. And then I really like to add a triangle in the back. And it's not a triangle with the bottom, it's actually just like a little peak. Halfway in between each of these curves, I'm adding a line that goes up and back down, just like a triangle. These could almost look like the point of a leaf or just a regular pattern. So this is kind of a shape. It's actually, this kind of makes a diamond shape right here. So remember we said patterns are a repetition of shapes. So that's exactly what we got going on here. We got this shape repeated over, and then this diamond shape repeated over. All right, if you want to make it look like a flower, you can draw a little line going from the middle up halfway like that. And it kind of looks like the crease in a flower petal or a leaf or something. Okay, so we have practiced both the triangle and the curved line. So either you followed along with me and you just drew everything with me, or you drew your face and then you picked which pattern you want to practice. Because on your final artwork, you will choose either one of these. But remember, does yours have to look exactly like this? No. If you want to add some circles going around, then why not? You can add some circles. Or if you don't want to do the curve or the triangle, maybe you want yours to be rectangles going around, right? Something like that. So you are the artist. If you think of something different, you should go for it. All right, guys. So you can watch this video again and pause where you need more time to draw it. Spend some time practicing. And then in our next video, we are going to talk about how to draw our final artwork and add our favorite colors.